Excellent. Proceed. Ah, Giovanni. Before you roast the lambs, hang them over smoking hickory for 6 hours. Every 20 minutes, you will baste them with 3 strokes of oil from the olive groves of Mantua. And mind you, I said Mantua, not Verona and not Sicily, but Mantua. Do you understand? Ah, Machiavelli, beautiful designs, are they not? This shall be my most successful carnival, most impressive for the Duke and Duchess of Valencia.
The Florentines and the Valencians have been at each other's throats for decades, and now, suddenly, the Duke of Valencia and his very clever Duchess are to be your guests at the palace. Quite a coup, Your Excellency.
I thought so. I have long sought this alliance. Politically, quite brilliant, don't you think?
And, economically?
Oh, the economic advantages are not to be overlooked. I'm sparing no expense with this carnival.
Obviously. These artists command the finest prices in Florence.
The artists? Oh, their designs are contributions to the state.
Contributions to the state?
Mm-hmm.
But Your Excellency usually pays artists most handsomely for their designs for your carnivals.
Haha, usually. But this alliance is a matter of political importance. And as you well know, members of the Guild are sworn to aid the Florentine state by making their designs contributions on matters of state importance.
A trade alliance between the de Medicis and the Spaniards is hardly a matter of state.
Oh, the trade alliance is, of course, of secondary importance.
Of course. And the artists have agreed to donate their services without a whimper?
You see, their designs are here. I lack but one, that of Marco Del Monte, and he should be here before noon. Charming.
Your Magnificence, this is one of my finest designs.
I'm glad you like it. Place it on the table with the others. What are you waiting for?
Your Magnificence, I believe an advance is usual on 100 ducats.
100 ducats? 100 ducats, only twice the usual fee. Do you think it's worth it?
That is for you to decide, Your Magnificence.
Arrangements will be made, as is customary, through the Painters' Guild. This is no time to discuss payment.
This is no time, but I understood this was your personal commission.
These designs are for a state occasion and will be dealt with as such.
Your carnival is a state occasion? Well, if so, we artists were given no official dictate.
I've had enough of your insolence. Guards, secure this painting.
I'll slash it to shreds sooner than be duped of my payment.
I warn you, to refuse me your design is an insult to the state.
Your Excellence, may I suggest that you leave it to the Artists' Guild to decide whether payment is due or not? This is no way to conduct a business transaction.
If your design does not figure in my carnival, it will be your loss and not ours. Now you had better go.
Your Magnificence, you may have been successful in securing the other designs, but you will not get mine.
That upstart dauber holding me at the point of a sword, I'll starve him out of Florence.
Well, that's your soup I've won. Care to play me for the venison?
No, thank you very much.
Oh, there's my shawl.
Well, Marco, did you get it?
Don't ask me, and whatever you were playing for, we haven't got. My instinct was right. Not 1 penny.
But Niccolo's waiting for us. And what about the venison?
Venison. All you can think of is food when your best friend and his best friends are being cheated by de Medici. This is a question of an artist's principles.
You didn't get the money.
De Medici must be stopped. Poor Cellini and the others, De Luca, they'd already delivered their designs before payment. I'm not going to let de Medici get away with this injustice. I'll shout it from the highest point in Florence. Yes, that's what I'll do. We'll take it to the people of Florence. They're always behind the artists. Sandro, I'm going to call a meeting. Fetch De Luca and Perugino and the others.
I'll have them all here within half an hour, Marco.
I'll soon put a stop to this injustice to painters in Florence, and you, my angel, run and help Sandro.
At once, my friend.
Carnival is no service to the state, as de Medici claims. It is a purely commercial undertaking, and we were promised payment.
But if this was to be a service to the state, why weren't we told by our president?
Ah, another de Medici trick. He planned to make use of our designs first and then spring his deceit.
But what can we do? Storm de Medici's gates? We're no match for his soldiers.
But we're more than a match for de Medici, and without resorting to arms.
No, not another protest march. My feet still ache from the last one.
My poor De Luca, we failed the last time because a few artists protesting is but a mere whisper. We should have taken our plight to the people, and then with the voices of all Florence joining in, de Medici will hear a roar.
The people of Florence support the artists!
And so do the women.
That takes care of 2. How do we reach the other thousands, especially in 3 short days?
By an action that will rouse them in 3 short hours.
News travels fast among the people.
Especially when it travels from the highest point in the city where everyone can see. We shall barricade ourselves in the tower.
Heights make me dizzy, and sometimes at high altitudes my nose bleeds.
And now, my poor DeLuca, your purse bleeds.
But supposing we were up there for days?
All the better. When the Duke of Valencia rides into Florence and sees how poorly de Medici treats the artists, he'll scoff at the idea of an alliance.
But the people of Florence don't want an alliance with the Valencians. They pillage and plunder wherever they set foot.
Well, fellow artists, what do you say? Are you with me? Right, to the tower!
Marco, I never realized it was this high.
All the better, DeLuca. It'll be easier for the whole of Florence to see us. Now remember, as we climb to the tower, gather up tables and chairs and anything you can find to barricade the stairs.
Marco, I'll miss you.
Ah, you won't have time to miss me. You and Sandro must go out into Florence and tell the people that we're here. Tell them that we're up in the tower and that we need them. Spread the word.
The people will hear us, Marco, and so will you.
Look after Angelica. Goodbye, Sandro. Gentlemen, follow me.
Come, Angelica. We have work to do.
Right, we'll bar the gate, and we'll start with the table and chair down there. Come on! Save your breath, DeLuca. We've got hundreds of steps to climb.
Stairs. There are thousands of them.
Yes, I thought you'd count them. We'll need more for the barricade. It'll take more than Joshua's horn to blow down the wall between us and de Medici.
Pretty damp up here.
Well, it's only a tower, but we call it home.
Supposing de Medici just lets us sit up here. Well, he can be very obstinate, as you well know.
Well, he'll probably think that we're bluffing at first. But as the time draws closer to the arrival of the Duke of Valencia, he'll soon come round to our point of view. You mark my words, especially with Sandro and Angelica stirring up the people.
Once more, the artists of Florence are suffering from de Medici tyranny. Once more, he chooses to cheat them of their fees. The people of Florence love and revere their artists. They honor them for the glory they've brought to Florence. But does de Medici? No!
And now, the glory of Florence, our artists are forced to sit in the tower, so that if the Medici will not listen to their protest, he will be forced to see it. People of Florence, do you love your artists?
We do!
People of Florence, the artists cry to you for help. They need your support. Good. Then lift your voices for de Medici's ears.
Then spread the word through Florence that de Medici is exploiting and cheating them for the sake of an alliance with another tyrant.
So the foolish, impetuous artists barricade themselves in the tower, do they? Without food and without water?
Not even wine, just sketching pads and crayons.
How like artists without food and without water. They will be down by morning.
And if not, will your excellence use force?
Force? No, I shall not use force. If I were to use force, they would think I am disturbed by their stupid, ill-advised protest. No, they wish to remain in the tower, then remain in the tower they shall. And I shall place guards upon the gates to make sure that no one shall enter or leave. There is no need to use force. Hunger and the elements will be their undoing. If this is to be a test of endurance, I can hold out. But can the artists?
Well, it's freezing up here.
Yes, DeLuca, I know.
We shall all be frozen with the ague by the morning. How these others can sleep, I don't know.
I don't know either with you pounding up and down all night. Well, never mind. It'll be morning soon. The sun will shine, and the tower will be enveloped in its delicious golden warmth.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, morning can't come too soon.
Oh, so hot. Hot. Of course it's hot. The sun's shining.
What about breakfast?
Breakfast?
Yes, breakfast. We haven't eaten since yesterday. You were so positive the Medici would capitulate by this morning. You've thought nothing of food and water. Good heavens, water. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, sorry, Mark, I'm going down to get something to eat. Can I bring you something?
DeLuca, the whole point of this resistance is that we stay here until de Medici gives in.
But we'll starve or die of thirst.
Ah. Wait a minute. You'll get your breakfast.
How?
The ropes, you artist, the ropes.
I'm not eating rope.
Oh, if only Marco could get a crowd like this for one of his exhibitions.
Oh, never mind the crowd. We've got to think of a way to get this basket up to Marco.
But they'll never let us near the tower.
I'll never forgive myself for letting them rush off to the tower without sufficient preparation.
Sandro, look. They're lowering a rope.
Come on. Food and... Here, that's personal.
No one is to touch this rope till I return.
But the men up there, they're hungry.
If you attempt to touch this rope, I'll have you put in the stocks. And that stays where it is.
There, Machiavelli, you see? What did I tell you? Food and water. How long can this ridiculous gesture survive without food and water, Let us have a small wager on the outcome.
I do believe, Your Excellency, that science has proven that the human body can survive without food and water for 30 days.
The human body, perhaps, but not the artist's body. You will give orders that no one is permitted to raise food and water to the artists. Anyone disobeying this instruction will be dealt with by me.
Very good, Your Magnificence.
Machiavelli, breakfast.
It's over an hour ago that we asked for food and water. How long does it take to put food and water into a basket and tie it to a rope?
My dear DeLuca, do try and have a little patience. If I know Sandro, he's gone to great pains to provide us with a suitable cuisine. After all, he has his reputation as a cook to think of.
His reputation, yes. I hear he's a magician with chickens.
A magician? Oh, my dear DeLuca, a sorcerer. He doesn't rub a chicken with garlic. No. He takes the garlic between the thumb and the forefinger and waves it ever so gently over the chicken until...
Stop, Marco. Don't tell me. Let it be a surprise.
Don't let me go.
Marco, there's a great deal of scurrying about down there.
Food, gentlemen, food!
Hey, you! Well, what's the matter? Why don't you pull on the rope?
It's no use. There's nothing there. Whatever was on the end of it has been cut away.
What? Do you know what this means? De Medici has given orders to starve us to death. We're no longer protesting against him. We're his prisoners.
We will remain free as long as we refuse to bend to his will.
It's no use, Marco. Come on, let's go down.
But if we abandon our protest now, it will spell disaster.
But if we stay in this tower, it spells disaster. We are hungry and thirsty and hot. And when it's not hot, it's cold.
But I assure you, de Medici is just as upset about this situation as we are. Otherwise, he would never have given orders to deprive us of food and water. But by quarreling amongst ourselves, we simply play into the Medici's hand.
Marco, please don't go so near the edge.
Now think of the people and the support that they give us. If we abandon our protest now, de Medici will make us the laughing stock of Florence.
And while Florence is laughing, I shall be eating. We can all be eating. I say this protest is a failure. Our protests always fail. I'm going down. Who's with me?
Gentlemen, nobody leaves this tower.
Don't you point that thing at me, Marco Del Monte. It's against the law.
Quite, Your Magnificence. A most delicious dinner.
Superb. I wonder how our pigeons in the tower fare without their seeds. I must say they surprised me all this time with no food. Still, they'll be down tomorrow.
I admire your confidence.
Oh, yeah. Confident men live in palaces. Only fools starve in towers.
Marco. You are but one against all of us.
De Luca, I'm not enjoying this. You are all my friends. Gentlemen, I beg of you, we must stick to our protest until tomorrow noon. The Medici won't dare to let the Duke of Valencia ride into Florence when the whole city is in a state of unrest.
The Medici doesn't care. Florence doesn't care. We're fools to sit this out any longer. We've made a grand gesture, and it's failed. I am going down, Marco. Dagger or no dagger, I am taking down that barricade.
Very well. Go ahead.
Very well, I will. Well, I can't do it all by myself. The Medici will hang you for this.
Oh, I can smell it from here. Now, you see, just as I promised you, chicken Alessandro.
Get out. Get out! I'll deal with you later.
Do they think because they have their pig's will I'll accede to their demands? I'll triple the guards around the tower.
Your Excellence, tomorrow at noon, the Duke of Valencia rides into Florence now. Wouldn't it be better...
I'm not asking for your advice, Machiavelli. I'm angry, do you hear? Angry! I will not bow to a handful of artists. In fact, I'll have great sport showing the Duke of Valencia how a de Medici can bring troublemakers to their knees.
There. Mercy
The Medici beg for mercy. We'll soon be begging for mercy.
Now what?
Now what? Where's the Medici? Is there any sign of his capitulating into our demands? No. We've had one basket of food, but he's making quite sure no other food is smuggled up here. Marco, there are double guards all round the tower. I've asked you before not to sit so near the edge. I tell you, it's no use. If the Medici were to see this, he'd laugh at us and the others withdraw.
Congratulations, De Luca. That's the first constructive, intelligent thing you've said since we've been up in the tower. Why shouldn't the Medici see our caricatures? Why shouldn't the whole of Florence and the Duke of Valencia? It's noon, almost noon, and de Medici as yet has shown no signs of capitulating. Very well then, we'll prod him a bit. We'll shower Florence with our sketches and show the people that the spirits of her artists still are unflagging. Come on, throw them over the edge. Everything you've got.
This is the final indignity. If this should fall into the hands of the Duke of Valencia, I shall be ridiculed.
And your treaty will go flying through the air of Florence, rather like these, devastating caricatures.
Stop enjoying yourself so much.
Your Excellency.
I'll send an army into the tower.
Your Excellency, it is nearly noon. A show of force before the Duke of Valencia would be most ill-advised. I have but one suggestion to make.
Come on, out with it.
Pay the artists.
Never.
And lose face before our eminent visitors. Your Excellence, when you go to meet them, pause. Pause at the tower, send up a packet of ducats, make some slight joke about the entire matter, presumably as you had intended to all the time, and then the people of Florence will never be quite sure what to think.
Very well. But I shall never forgive Marco del Monte for creating this entire uproar.
Ah, gentlemen, this is what I've been waiting for. And if it's what I think it is, our downpour of caricatures has done the trick. Oh. Yes, it is. We've won. We've beaten de Medici.
What a lovely lot of ducats.
Gentlemen, here are the fees for your commissions, 50 ducats apiece from de Medici himself. Therefore, be sure and count them. Yeah. Marco, what about yours? Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. I didn't give my sketch to de Medici, did I?
No. If it hadn't been for you, none of us would have been paid. I believe the correct fee to the agent from the artist is 10% of the sale.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly take it.
If you don't take this money, I shall not leave this tower.
Oh, no. I insist on you having this money. Your Magnificence, this is indeed an honor. On behalf of all the artists, I thank you. However, I think there's been a slight miscalculation. My design, as commissioned, that will be a further 50 ducats.
But you are too late. I no longer have any use for it.
Well, of course, Your Magnificence. It is for you to decide. De Luca?
No.
Pay the 50 ducats, Your Excellence. Pay the 50 ducats.
Thank you, Your Magnificence. De Luca, share this amongst the others. And now, on to Niccolo. This is a great day for Florence. After all, de Medici is paying the bill.